Hello, HQTs. We're here to put the thirst in your Thursday, the wild in your work week, and the wonga in your wallet, because goodness knows you'll need it if you didn't bag one of those elusive millennial rail cards. Their website crashed in pretty epic fashion, something we'll do our best to avoid today for sure. I'm Sharon Carpenter, your quiz conductor for today, and this is HQ Trivia, the 3 p.m. brain train that's going all the way to Dosh Town. The rules are simple. I'll ask you a series of questions ranging from easy to hard. You have 10 speedy seconds to tap your answer. You get it correct and you keep on playing, make the right call on all 12, and you win or you split the money, honey. That's how it works. Now today's prize is a $750 chugging dollars. You could travel to the other end of the country in first class with that, take the Eurostar to the continent, or travel a couple of short stops during peak times. Don't go anywhere yet though. You've got to win your fare first. All aboard, we are pulling in to Q1. Cats and dogs are often associated with what? Heavy rain, bagels, Cold War philosophy. Heavy rain, bagels, or Cold War philosophy. Cats and dogs. The Cold War would have turned volcanic if these lifelong enemies duked it out. Umbrellas at the ready. It's heavy rain, of course, raining cats and dogs. 31,615 of you hoping to make it rain by the end of the game. The phrase comes from when homes had thatched roofs. Pets would often hide in the thatch, literally falling through it when it rained. Ouch. Q2. Which one of these banks is based in Edinburgh? Royal Bank of Scotland, PayPal, Bank of America. Which one's based in Edinburgh? What do you think? Tap well, guys. Not to be confused with this arch nemesis, the Bank of Scotland. Much more regal. It's the Royal Bank of Scotland we're talking about here. 30,770 of you are banking on the bank today. In the 30s, some male employees at RBS were required to ask their boss's permission to get married. What better excuse to avoid the old ball and chain? We see you out there, HQTs, playing to win today. We've got the Disney UK office. Hi, guys. We've also got Mikey Inglis. We've got Josh Deacon, Catherine Buckley, and the Pembroke College Oxford HQ team. Rob, don't shave your head. All right, good luck to all of you players in the game right now. Q3, which of these tennis Grand Slams is played on clay? Australian Open, US Open, French Open. Which one is played on clay? It's the premier clay court championship in the world. Big servers are not the biggest fans of this surface. The French Open we're talking about here. Ooh la la, 17,340 of you got that right. The bigger and faster your serve, the more frustrated you will be. A clay court slows down the ball with a high bounce. Yes, my kind of game. Okay, HQTs, who is your favorite tennis player of all time? Is it bad boy John McEnroe, perhaps? Boris Becker, remember him? Serena Williams, Martina Navratilova, Nadal? Who is your favorite tennis player of all time? Let me know. All right, moving on to Q4. On which of these wars did Picasso base his painting Guernica? Spanish Civil War, Spanish-American War, World War II? And what did he base that very famous painting, Guernica, an ugly war inspired by this disturbing work of art, or it inspired this disturbing work of art, while the art in turn inspired interest in the war? It's the Spanish Civil War we are talking about here. 14,362 of you winning that battle. One of Picasso's most famous paintings, Guernica, was a challenge for him, just not as challenging as trying to remember his 23 names. Q5. What featured in a BBC segment on April Fool's Day in 1957? Tartan paint, a talking chimp, a spaghetti tree. What was in that segment? We wouldn't fall for any of these today, but this was back in the foolish 50s. Gullible with a capital G. It's spaghetti tree. Yes, people actually believe there was such thing. 5,869 of you. That was borderline savage right there. We lost more than half of you right there who are on Q5. Wow, that was a toughie. Inspired viewers were told to place a sprig of spaghetti in a tin of tomato sauce and hope for the best. Oh, they'd still be hoping, all right. Q6, who was British Prime Minister when man first landed on the moon? Ted Heath, Harold Wilson, Harold Macmillan, who was British PM at the time, Prime Minister. The crew of the Apollo 11 were floating in space, but who was feeling the gravity? At number 10, in charge in 69, it was Harold Wilson. Harold Wilson for the win, 3,504 of you, large and in charge here on Q6. A general election was held the next year, and it was one small step for Wilson, one giant leap into power for Ted Heath and the Tories. Yes, it was. Q7, which of these bands does not come from Europe? Berlin, Asia, Europe. Which band does not come from Europe? Berlin, Asia, or Europe? Nothing says we're American like featuring on the Top Gun soundtrack, the least European band with the most European name. Berlin is your answer here on Q7. 1,084 of you. That is a savage question right there. Savage question. A lot of you fooled by that one. Now, the band's hit Take My Breath Away was a UK and US #1, but only managed 3rd place in the German charts. Q8, which of these female novelists has not won the Nobel Prize for Literature? Alice Munro, Harper Lee, Doris Lessing. Not won the Nobel Prize for Literature. 2 Nobel winners, 1 Pulitzer winner, but don't judge an award by its cover, never quite earning the international trophy. It was Harper Lee, believe it or not. Harper Lee, 540 of you are harping on to the next round. She did pick up the Pulitzer for To Kill a Mockingbird, and I think maybe 1 or 2 other awards as well. Yep, pretty sure about that. HQTs, why are we still calling out Fortnite locations? Hasn't everyone moved over to Crossfire yet? You know I have. All right, back to the Qs. Q9, which of these is the lowest layer of the world's atmosphere? Mesosphere, thermosphere, stratosphere. The lowest layer of the world's atmosphere. What do you think? It's all up in the air here, guys, but I can tell you that the most down-to-earth of these 3 spheres, it's stratosphere we're talking about here. 174. I'll call that one a savage as well. The least amount of players tapping on the right answer here. I will call that a savage. Just 174 players left. It's right below the troposphere, which contains most of our rain, snow, and wind. Alas, it also contains 75% of our breathable air. Q10, the official name of which Asian city is 152 letters long and believed to be the longest in the world? Jakarta, Riyadh, Bangkok. 152 whopping letters long. Which city are we talking about here? I guess their version of an I Heart New York t-shirt only comes in extra, extra large here. 12 letters too long for old Twitter. Bangkok. It's Bangkok. 76 of you tap that right. Apparently only ignorant foreigners call it Bangkok. The Thai people haven't used that name for 200 years, apparently. Q11. Just 2 questions left. Which of these Steven Spielberg movies earned the least at the worldwide box office? Munich, Empire of the Sun, Amistad. Earned the least. He's earned a lot. But which one earned him the least? It starred Matthew McConaughey and Morgan Freeman, but even an Oscar-nominated performance by Anthony Hopkins couldn't keep this shit flick afloat like the others. Amistad. That's which one. 33 of you got that right. Floating time is over, guys. We are sailing on to the final round. This is it. It's Q12, the toughest question in the game. 33 players left. $750 up for grabs. Good luck, players. Of these countries, which drinks the most beer per person? Ireland, Seychelles, Lithuania. Which country the most beer per person? Who has the biggest beer belly? Lithuania gave it everything they had but bow out with a respectable 97.1 litres per capita. Ireland are ready to take it with 97.5 litres, but sit down, guys. A stomach-churning 114.6 litres of beer per capita. Seychelles for the win here. We have 11 winners, my lovelies. Cheers! Wow, what a game! Congratulations to our 11 winners today. You are taking home $68.18. We've got CJ Binderhouse, looking pretty cool right there in your Abby. So is W. Widnell, Tom Keane, Roger Ha01. 11 of you guys taking home that $68.19. So what are you going to do with that cash? You could make it rain for a few minutes with that, hopefully without the cats and dogs. Maybe save up for dinner at Stratosphere in Las Vegas. I've been there. It's way up in the sky. Good food too. So much you could do with that cash. What a journey, my HQTs. First class performance as always. Stop off at my social media stations on screen now. Let me know how you got on today and request your shout outs as well. And you can hit us on Twitter now at HQtrivia_UK. Don't miss the fun at that party. This is the last stop for now, my lovelies. But hop on your phone at 9 p.m. for another chance to win some more cold, hard cash. I'll see you then for the next ride in just a few. Bye.